Capturing a forensic image with FTK Imager. Hello and welcome to this lesson on using FTK Imager to take a forensic image. We will therefore begin this lesson by looking at the various image types that can be obtained with FTK Imager. Prior to that, we will talk about the several aspects that you should take into account before acquiring an image from a live suspect device. We are then going to look at the different resources available to us. For example, the evidence type like physical, logical drives, contents of a folder and FTK device, and also the types of images that you can create. After that, I will show you exactly how to make the forensic image of your choice in a step-by-step tutorial. Then we will take a look at using custom content images. Once we have actually acquired an image, we are going to have a demonstration of doing this. Okay. Not to mention the fact that it may be wise to actually snap an image of the device while it is still operational. If you have any indication that encryption is present on the devices or on the suspect's computer. Also, we would have to consider the investigation speed. That would depend on how long it would take me to image a device, because imaging is a slow process, okay, that depends on the resource and then of course how long it would take for the forensic investigation, which then bring us to the conclusion of the case. So here comes the level of investigation that we are interested in, right? If we are looking at this from a forensic standpoint, then it's a very good chance that you would need to change the drives or part of the drives for the investigation. Overseeing all of this, of course, would be have to consider that the various laws, regulations and standards that would apply especially within a forensic investigation. This law and regulations differ greatly on the jurisdiction and region in which we are located, okay. However, international standards do exist and rules and regulations are frequently relatively similar across several borders. I would definitely advise you to do well to familiarize yourself with all of the laws and standards that are relevant to your field of interest in your area. There are lots of other points that we would need to consider. If you were thinking about the acquisition of a live image at the scene of an incident, not less would be the time and expenses. Concerns about how long would it take to actually acquire the image at the scene. Now this of course may contradict your standards and procedures and guidelines. Also, we would need to consider the storage options. Where is the image going to be stored and how is it going to be safeguarded and transported from one location to another location. Once again, we would need to think about this from a forensic point of view, as this would be part of your chain of custody also, okay. We would also need to consider the environment in which we are working. If it is going to be too dangerous or indeed take too long to image the device, then we are only left with one option, which is to take back to the forensic lab for forensic investigation and imaging. Or else we have to stay in the site. If it is not too dangerous, then we can stay near the site and we have to do the imaging process and do forensic investigations in the lab. Along with this, we would obviously also have to consider the risk of actually connecting a USB drive to our FTK Imager and running that on the suspect's computer, okay. Even though it would have a very minimal impact on the target machine, it is always best guidance and advice to use a write blocker to ensure that nothing is being written to the suspect machine which would hamper the investigation, okay. So we have to use the write blocker.